visible, and you can start. You can
Okay.
start.
Okay. So, hello everyone. So, I'm here for Bhartiya Petroleum. And my part of submission will have two documents and this investor pitch. So, the document will focus on the ESG report, the different steps, including the materiality assessment, stakeholder engagement, and then metric wise performance, and also the GRI index. And then the other one will be the BRSR document. And here in the PPT, I've tried to do a summary and kind of trying to um, communicate what I would communicate to an investor. So here are the table of contents. So vision, and then why it's important, the materiality issues,
Thank
and
you for remembering the second deliverable. Good job, Alankita.
thank you. And then I will take you in depth. So the basic aim is to showcase that as a company, we are a very transparent, ESG focused, but also a very financially robust and strong company. So the focus is always on energy security, giving good financial performance, and then also being futuristic, looking at ESG and embedding it into the business strategy that we actually do using looking at renewable energy technologies and investing in that. And the vision and strategy is that, and here are the four key steps that are already happening. So the strategic planning and capital allocation is happening according to the strategy. Risk management and operational decisions are also being taken on ESG as well as financial decisions. There is continuous performance management, and then we try to also look at stakeholders, which we feel are very important for the company's future performance and prospects, as well as engaging both external and internal stakeholders. So now, why would somebody look at us in the market? Apart from being a very sound financially performing company, as you can see in the details, so we are top in the market, number three in the market, but also we are a futuristic company looking at financial performance and ESG together in the strategy. And that is one of the most key aspects of becoming not only in India but a global energy company, fuel based company, energy based company. So that is what our focus is. If we talk about the market performance in India, we are number three, trying to look at clean fuels and renewable energy integration and technologies with a very strong strategic partnership and future potentials, especially looking at the energy transition and clean fuel sector. And according to the industry, we have a higher average capacity of utilization, which is around 96%. The others have around 87%. So let's now just move into the materiality topics. So I've just quickly covered what all frameworks that have been used. So GRI standards, then BRSR, because we are an Indian company, meeting the compliance is essential. Then the SASP standard for oil and gas sector materiality issues, very essential as we are one of the key energy company sectors, oil and gas. And then doing a comprehensive stakeholder input analysis. By doing all of that, 12 key topics were identified, which were then classified into high, medium, and emerging, which you can also call low um, ranks. And then, since considering the time and resource paucity, the stakeholder strategy was as follows. So the analysis was done based on sustainability reports from previous years, looking at the industry peers, benchmarking with them, taking in-depth stakeholder feedback, conducting some expert consultations, talking to the leadership, and also engaging the employee quickly using technology, and also doing a regulatory and policy guidance analysis simultaneously. So here are the issues. Here is just a brief mind map into high, medium, and emerging. So the most important ones are the climate change, GHG emissions, process safety, operational risk, water management and stewardship, and stakeholder engagement and transparency. Now, here is the IRO register. I'm sorry, it's not looking quite good. I tried to edit it but could not come up on the screen. So, here is the IRO register, and why the rationale is for the process for rating it on a scale of 1 to 5. Here is another web map for on a scale of 1 to 5. So according to the stakeholder importance and risk and opportunity score, how different 12 materiality issues are taken. Aerograph in depth, you can see it in the report that we've submitted, and the heat map. So it's on a scale of 0 to 1. I've scaled it to that and put it in the report. Also tried, our companies also tried to create dashboards, and it's in the preliminary stage and we're trying to improve it simultaneously. So a dashboard is simple, quite good, easy to understand, but also improving simultaneously by implementing technology. So now I will take you to some of the key KPIs for ESG. So these are some of the highlights. So for waste recovery, we are 89% on track, while the industry has an average of 75%. I have broken down the CSR investment into community investment as well, so which is 75 crores. Now, women workforce is quite high, up to the mark. We also do an independent external assurance, which maintains our transparency and credibility. We are a futuristic company looking at renewable energy and with a world-class safety um, system at place with a very low LIFTR. Now, also looking at other environmental KPIs, so we have very clear targets, which we feel is one of our strengths. So, 30% reduction by 2030 based on the science-based targets, 100% renewable energy by 2035, and shifting to initiating circular economy initiatives like waste recovery, and a very high capex of investment for environmental friendly technologies. Uh, Similarly, socially, on some of the parts are doing very really well. So, as already pointed out, the safety measurements and training systems are in place. Those are world class. Then, women workforce community investment is high, and governance wise, we have a very dedicated ESG committee. We have a dedicated ESG committee that conducts quarterly review. Transparency is also maintained by an external assurance, which is Grant Thornton. Now, board members also are 25% women, and in ensuring diversity. And we have, apologies for the error there, and then we have 100% and no tolerance policy, which is our government strength. Now, looking at one, or so this is, we follow the card method uh, for being transparent. So I want to communicate how the performance for our climate change and GHG emissions for the year 2024 and 25. The baseline was to 2019. So this is, we have a clear target and kind of monitoring it, how the status is going on. However, we saw that the emissions uh, were not up to the mark from our target. So ideally, we should have about a 5% reduction, but then we only had 3.393% reduction. But we want to transparently reveal that. We want to be transparent, and then to improve the situation, we looked at problem solving and improving situation initiatives. So these were some of the green initiatives that we took. So there were carbon capture pilot programs, which are in the scaling process as we speak. Now, energy efficiency initiatives and renewable energy fast adoption, and a significant amount of investment in these technology, capital investment, is what we have done and trying to be on track again. So, this is what we do for each of the material issues, trying to be transparent, monitoring, and if we see
You have
something
2 minutes to go.
Okay, now this is my last slide, and here is a brief summary for you why the investor should be interested. So, we are financially performing really well. There will be a high and stable rate of return for over 5 to 7 years, then the ESG valuation is quite premium, 10 to 15%. And we are a progressive company looking at energy transition and renewable energy market and technology. And since we have a very robust governance process in place, the risk mitigation will be high, and our business will be resilient as we are embedding ESG in the business strategy. Thank you.
Good job done. And I really liked your two deliverables. You separated them out. And your analysis was also good. So that sounds very well. Uh, I have three questions to ask, which I will quickly ask now.
Okay.
The first one would be that what are the projects, according to your materiality analysis, you think would be critical for your company? And given the fact that I really got impressed that you have highlighted your company's financial achievements and compare that to with the sustainability ones. So now onus is with you that highlight one of those material topic which you think will make the real difference in coming future.
So I think because we are in the energy sector and our core is fuel, however, we are trying to shift to renewable energy and trying to be more sustainable and be futuristic in that. Greenhouse gas emissions will be one of the key most factors, and to improve that, initiatives are already in place. For example, we are looking at technologies like green hydrogen and already investing in that. However, scaling other technologies and improving and also improving the energy efficiency of the plants that are already there, and also looking at methane reduction, trying to reduce the leaks from our existing energy resources, be it fuel, from the fuel. So those will be, and also invest in carbon capture technologies, which are in the pilot stage right now, but kind of scaling them once we receive more finance, uh, and looking at that will be important. So, and
That
also,
was yeah.
sorry.
Tell me. Continue.
And the other part, for not only for this materiality issue, which is emission, the other thing to do with all the materiality issues will be to integrate AI or technology in the market to have a robust monitoring system, so that there can be transparency and things can be improved for each of the KPIs. So this is.
Even Pavan has suggested AI ML uses on the leakage, etc. So good stuff there. And the second question is on mitigation. You suggested carbon capturing devices. Now, do you know how much cost it would have, and why you have selected in country like India such kind of measures rather than going to the traditional methods like other members like Abdul Ahmed, etc., has suggested, like solar, wind, traditional REC methods. And by the way, Pawan also has highlighted a very good internal carbon credit mechanism. So that also is quite commendable. So why have you not thought about those and went to the costliest initiative?
So one of the reasons is that we are in the pilot stage looking at to scale these technologies. To We are already looking at shifting to other renewable energy methods. However, whatever existing carbon is there, kind of trying to innovate in that technology as well. So that was the issue. What that was the intent,
Okay, so
and
you want to create innovations in carbon capturing. That's why you want to try and test it. Very good.
looking at ESG and these innovations as a competitive, advantage, because nobody is doing it in India. So, kind of leveraging that.
Good stuff. Good job. Good response. Okay. Now, last question. How do you rate the program? What did you like? What did you didn't like? And how do you rate yourself now?
I think the program was a solid 9 for me. I would borrow from Govardhan that had there been like a, one company where we would all participate in one session on that would have made a lot of difference. But the and but I really liked how frameworks were explained, your delivery style, and how it was connected to what was going in the market, having a lot of discussion every day. So I actually have no clue about what's going on, and also getting a financial, perspective, because I had no perspective on that. So all the GK and the news is related to the ESG frameworks and what was happening in the ESG frameworks. Also, we were talking about it, so that was a solid 9 for me. Just that one more a company discussion in one class, and I think would become a solid 10. But for me personally, I feel like I'm between 6.5 or 7, uh, because I think
Why is that?
so I think I understood the materiality bit very. I mean, absolute. I am very confident about that. If I had to conduct a materiality assessment, however, with the stakeholder RASI matrix, since I missed a few class, and then it is not from my side that I did not look at the recommended reports. So I'm not very confident over there, but I'm very confident about how, as a group, we had a very good discussion for everything, and then kind of getting it from Indranil sir, Swati ma'am, and everybody's perspective, working already working in their respective head department. So very confident about the group contribution and discussion, but not very confident about the homework which was given. So was missing that. So that is why I'm rating myself between 6.5 and 7.
Actually, team has rated you much larger than your own self. A lot of people have commended your hard work in the group, Prasanna, etc. So,
Thank you so
so
much.
you are rating yourself little lower. So you, Swamita, Bhumika has come out, including Prasanna and Makarand. They are really hardworking. Abdul Amjad ji, everybody knows. Indraneel, everybody knows. They are very hardworking. So good job done there. And I take the feedback very seriously. So I will be definitely making sure that next time we cover one specific company too. Thank you, Alankrita. Who is going next now? Are we done with everyone? Makrand?
No, sir, I'll go. I'll go.
Yeah, please go ahead.
I hope my screen is visible.
Yes, it is. Just make it full screen and you can go.
Yeah.